Hello and welcome to the video. This is Matthew and we are going to be looking at question 9, which is a 20-mark question. So question 9a part 1 wants us to write down an expression in x for the area of this rectangle, and we're given the length of both sides. So to get the area of a rectangle, we just multiply length by width. So in this case it's going to be x minus 2 times by x squared plus 2x plus 4. So now we're just going to multiply both of these by each other. So that's going to be x cubed plus 2x squared plus 4x minus 2x squared minus 4x minus 8. So now we can tidy this up a small bit. So if we have a look, so we have plus 2x squared minus 2x squared. So both of those will just cancel each other out. And then we also have plus 4x minus 4x, which I've underlined in yellow there. And both of those will also cancel each other out. So that means we'll be left with x cubed minus 8. And that is our answer for A part 1, and A part 1 is worth 10 marks. So now let's have a look at A part 2. So it's asking us to explain why our answer is only valid for values of x greater than 2, where x is a real number. So if we have a value of x smaller than 2 or x is equal to 2, that will give us a value of either 0 or a negative answer. But remember here, we're trying to measure the sides, or the lengths of the sides of a rectangle and the area of a rectangle. And if we cannot have a negative side or a side of length 0, okay? It's impossible. So x cubed minus 8, so if we put 2 in for x, we're going to get 0. And if we put any number less than 2 in for x, we're going to get a negative answer. And as I just said, we cannot have a negative answer or 0 for any length of a side of a rectangle. So therefore, x must be greater than 2, as any value x smaller than or equal to 2, the side length will be 0 or negative, which is invalid. So that's our answer for A part 2, which was worth 5 marks. So now let's move on to the final part of the question, part B. So part B is also worth 5 marks, and it asks us to evaluate 2x plus 1 over 4 minus 3x minus 4 over 3. When x is equal to a half. So that bit is important there. So we just have to put in half for x, and then we'll see what value we get. So that's going to give us 2 times by half plus 1 over 4 minus 3 times by half minus 4 over 3. So then we're going to get 2 times by half, which is just 1. So it's going to be 1 plus 1 over 4, which is 2 over 4. So then we'll have 3 multiplied by a half, which is 3 over 2, or 1.5. So then we'll get 1.5 minus 4, which is minus 2.5. So we'll have minus 2.5 over 3. So now we can rewrite the equation as follows. So it's going to be 2 over 4, which is the same thing as 1 over 2. And then minus 2.5 over 3 is the same thing as plus 2.5 over 3. So that's 1 over 2 plus 2.5 over 3. So now remember to plus two fractions together. Now you can put this in the calculator, which will give you the exact same answer, but I'm going to do it the long way here, just to show you what I'm doing. So to plus both fractions together, we must have the same denominator on both. So we have to get the lowest common multiple of 2 and 3, which in this case is 6. So we're going to put that on the bottom of the fraction. And then, so a half into 6 is obviously 3. And then 2.5 into 6 is 5. So then we get 3 plus 5 on top, which is the same thing as 8 over 6, which we can simplify down to 4 over 3. So there we have our answer, 4 over 3. So that's the final part of the question. Thank you very much for watching, and I hope I helped.